I'm Dr. Tom Riddle, and I'm one of the co-founders of Rood and Riddle Equine Hospital. And I obviously work here in Lexington, Kentucky in equine practice. I'm a horse nut. I grew up with horses and in South Carolina, and it's a real pleasure for me to be in Central Kentucky and to be able to work with horses and horse people essentially all the time. So it's a real delight for me to be able to go to these farms and work with the animals that I love and the people that I enjoy working with. My day involves going to different local breeding farms and examining the mares. I'm looking for several things. One is I'm examining the mares to see if they are healthy and in good condition to be bred. And then I'm examining them to determine when the best time to breed them is. We want to breed them before they ovulate or produce the egg, but we want them to be fairly close to that time when we breed them. After they ovulate, the egg dies very quickly. So we're trying to get them impregnated before they produce that egg. I'm also examining mares for pregnancy that we bred about 15 days ago. And then I'm following the pregnancies along. We check them day 15, day 17, day 28, day 42, day 60, etc. So we're headed to another barn now to check a mare who is 28 days pregnant. So hopefully we'll see the embryo growing normally. And this is the check where we can almost always see a good heartbeat. It's the first check that you count on that. Actually, we can sometimes see a heartbeat as early as 20, 21 days after breeding. But by 28, it should be very consistently there. So I can tell you that she is pregnant in the right horn. And now we'll, just based on palpation, and then we'll look at it with the ultrasound. And this black area there is the fluid surrounding the fetus. And this is the fetus right here. I'm going to magnify that a little bit. You can see the heart beating right there, which I never get tired of that. I think it's always cool to see. At the 60-day check, we're checking the sex of the fetus. Many clients request that, and both the farms that I do now are doing all of their mares. And so we'll check the fetuses and tell them whether they're having a colt or a filly. The sex of the foal that she's carrying quite often plays an important role in the mare's value. At the yearling sales, colts generally sell for more than fillies. I think that is for one primary reason, and that's that colts are much more likely to win the classic races, which include the Kentucky Derby. People may not talk about it, but everybody wants to win the Derby, and they know that the odds are it's going to be a colt. There have been 3 fillies in history that have won the Derby, so it can happen with a filly, but most often it's a colt. We did a little research project some years ago and found that colts on average bring about 20% more than fillies. Certainly there's some cases where fillies are far more valuable, so it depends. But for the most part, a colt is more valuable, so that helps the value of the mare. You know, as an equine veterinarian, I'm required to deliver good news, and I have to sometimes deliver bad news. To my mind, it depends on whether you will breed her back in June or not. If you say, oh, it's fine, we could breed her first week of June and we'll be fine, I probably would wait. If this is her only time to get bred, then I would go on today, because if we don't breed her, we know she's not going to get in full. People that have been around a while understand that. They're not happy about it, but they know it happens. And So when I have to tell them something that is not really what they want to hear, I know that they are good horse people and they understand, and they know that we have to enjoy the good times as well as the bad times. I'm very fortunate to have good assistants, and this year my rider is a young lady named Paige Gilster, and she drives me everywhere. She takes great care of me. She stocks my vehicle. She assists me with my treatments. She sets up my ultrasound machine. So she does a great job for me. You know, I still enjoy riding. I don't get to ride as much as I would like to, but in the off season, my wife and I ride together and have a lot of fun with that. As I told you earlier, I'm a horse nut. I'm not one of these people that they say, oh, I bet when you go home you don't want to see a horse. No, that's all I want to see. I'm very happy with that. That's my life.